You're listening to a DM podcast.
We would like to acknowledge and give thanks to the traditional owners of the land we record this podcast on, the Yagara and Turrbal people,
and their continued connection to the land and waterways on which we meet.
Hello and welcome to Sportish, where we look at life through the lens of sport. My name is Georgie Trickett.
Hello, Jorge Trickett. I am Lisbeth Trickett.
How your name sounds so much better in Spanish than mine.
It does. Jorge.
And we're really excited to be talking to you today because we are this week launching a little competition. We did this.
We have a competition, like a legit podcast.
We did this a couple of years ago, and it was all around the idea that it's very expensive at this time of year for everybody to be signing up for all their sports registrations.
We have this conversation often. It is the start of term and all of the sports regos come rolling in.
Just when you're paying for book packs, you're paying for new school uniforms, and you're paying
new
for
shoes.
like 10,000 shoes, then you also have to pay for all the sports, regardless of whether they're happening in term one or not.
I know. What is that?
That is called interest. And it's also about them securing you into their sport. It's not just like the financial interest, it's the actual interest. I do think that's part of it.
Yeah. I mean, all I know is I need to pay the gymnastics invoices.
There's so many. If you're like us, you have invoices sitting in your inbox that you're like, must pay that, have
must
to get onto
remember
that.
to pay that.
So we want to help you pay those invoices. We are going to offer the winners of this prize competition.
Competition.
We have two $300 vouchers that you can put towards any of your sports registrations.
So two people could win a $300 voucher.
Yeah, so we have 2 times $300 vouchers, $600 in total.
Very exciting.
For different people. And we also have this time 2 wonderful brands who we follow and absolutely adore. The first is Hero Athletica. They create the most brilliant soccer wear for girls.
Yes.
So they are sisters who realised that their girls were getting around in all their brothers' kit.
Yes.
And it was very male-dominated.
Masculine.
And that's fine, but it wasn't for their girls. So they have created this gorgeous soccer kit specifically for girls, and they have very generously given us a $250 voucher.
Amazing.
To give away to the sporties and to give away to people who just need a little bit of help at this time of year.
Totally. And the third prize, Georgie, is a $75 gift voucher from LT.
Yes, and they do fabulous period sport-based products. So they have great togs, great period active undies, active wear, just a brilliant brand that's doing really amazing things in this space and doing a lot for girls.
So interesting because my oldest daughter just had like not a sex ed, but like a sex ed conversation at school. And so we're talking about periods a lot more and, you know, what you use. And I was like, tampons and pads. And then I was like, hang on a second.
Yeah, so different.
It's changed completely.
It's like a whole new world.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, you'd have to use a tampon for swimming. And then I'm like,
No, you don't.
No, there are businesses now like LT that make period swimmers.
It's truly incredible.
It's amazing.
It changes what happens in PE.
Yeah,
in
the
schools
accessibility.
now.
Although there will be some girls who will be like not able to get away with, I have my period and I don't use tampons.
I know. I mean, that was always a thing at school. And I know I had PE teachers who were like, you also said that last week.
Yes, that's not on.
It's not happening. You need to get your togs on. So to enter, what do you have to do, Libby?
To enter, so you have to follow at Being Sportish.
That's us.
That's us. At Play on Australia. That is also us.
That's where we talk about all the kids stuff so that we don't bombard you guys all the time.
Yeah, all of the time with all of the things. At Hero_Athletica and at LTELTEE.Sydney.
If you're like us and you're like, oh my God, what were all those words you just said?
Yeah.
It'll all be in our show notes and also on Instagram across all the accounts. It's very easy.
We want to make it as simple as possible. Make sure you're following everyone and then nominate friends.
We want you to nominate 2 friends so that they also can see that this is happening and go into the draw to win some of these great prizes.
Absolutely. But we're so excited that we get to offer this because it's just the feedback that we get so often about the barriers to sport
is that it's cost.
Is cost. And I think everyone sees that, everyone feels that in some way, shape or form. So
Cosy lives.
Cosy lives. vibes.
And you know what I love? Last time we did this, we met Katrina Head.
Yes.
And we actually then ended up speaking to Katrina Head. She is very involved in timber sports. She's an Australian representative in timber sports. Her whole family does timber. If you don't know what timber sports is, that's fine.
Go down on deep dive.
We didn't know what timber sports were either, but it's like the wood shop that you see at the Royal Easter Show and the Ekka and those sort of like agricultural fairs, taken to a whole nother level.
It's so cool.
It's the best. We want to meet you. We want to understand the sports that you're playing, and we want to help you get your kids playing them.
Yep.
Lib, over the holidays,
Yes.
you and I got deep on big wave surfing.
I know. It was so exciting. And it feels remiss of us that we hadn't spoken about.
It's been very busy.
I mean, it has been very busy.
It's been busy. We had to get everyone back up to speed with F1.
Yes.
You know, we had some things we needed
the
to sort
Australian
out.
Open was a whole thing.
We had some revision to do before we moved into big wave surfing. But over the holidays, the brilliant Eddie was hosted at Waimea Bay in Hawaii.
So if you don't know what the Eddie is, it is basically an invitational big wave event that only happens when the conditions are right.
So the waves have to be over 40 foot for...
Sounds small. I mean, geez.
Massive, huge. And it's invitational. It's not necessarily if you're on the tour, the surfing tour, that you get invited. You have to be a specific big wave surfer and you get given 24 hours notice that it's on. So there's a window where the Eddie might happen, and if it's on...
You have to be there.
You have to be there within 24 hours in Hawaii, ready to go and surf some massive waves.
Like humongous waves. And it was so cool for me to watch.
Had you ever watched the Eddie before?
No, I've never watched any kind of big wave event. To be honest, I don't even know if I've watched a normal surfing
have you
event.
watched like a pipe or a...
No.
Wow.
I don't think so.
Okay.
And so it was really fun to kind of... I mean, it's so beautiful there. For one, it's just like iconic beaches and
on the North
Shore of Hawaii, and like just incredible. But what was super, super cool was there were 10 female athletes who were included in this year's Eddie. And I don't think it's the first time that women have been included, but it was the biggest group of women. So I think it's like maybe the second time that they've been involved. And like just to see these incredible female athletes surfing these ridiculous waves that terrify me from the beach or here in Brisbane while watching it in Hawaii. I'm like, this is just unbelievable.
It's quite unlike the other surfing competitions where you've got a surfer on surfer situation where it's just two people out in the water waiting for waves. For the Eddie.
Oh, so that's different, is it?
It's so different. This is like a party wave all the time. I'm not sure how it progressed. I haven't watched it all the way to the end, but when you see the heats.
Yeah, because that's what I was watching was the heats. There was so many groups of people, and then like one would drop back, obviously drop off the wave. And again, I don't know the etiquette. But like, that guy looks like he should have taken that.
Multiple are going on the waves at the same time. Is that right?
Yeah.
And I think it's because it's just so big. You got to take your chance when you have a chance.
Yeah.
And
so fascinating.
There's space on it if it's big. And you're not necessarily carving as you go across the wave. You're holding on.
Yeah. So that's another different point, because like with the normal ones, which I've seen from, Make or Break.
The Apple documentary.
They're so stylish. Like they're doing like turns and back and forth and jumps and twists and turns, whereas this one, it's like they're holding on for dear life.
So did you also notice that they're wearing there's a lot of bulk up top?
Massive.
So they have inflatable wetsuit tops on.
Yeah.
So they go and they have canisters in there.
And helmets.
Yeah.
Most of them wear helmets, not all of them, which I'm like, come on. Wear your helmets.
But helmets are quite new in surfing. That's really only come in very recently. The helmets, we've seen them in lots of extreme sports like snowboarding and skiing, but it's really only been in recent times that surfers have started to wear helmets. I don't think you would have seen that necessarily 10 years ago.
Well, I was very pleased to see a lot of helmets then.
Heroes wear helmets.
Exactly.
So would you watch another big wave surfing event?
Absolutely. I bloody loved it. And like, it's a funny pace, right? Because there's a lot of waiting around, but then all of a sudden it's on, and it's like, it's so, I guess it's probably why a lot of surfers get into surfing, because it's so majestic and you're part of the wave. And I mean, that sounds all kind of really lame and woo-woo, but
you're right on the surfing here.
It's like, it's so fascinating. And this year's winner was Landon McNamara, and he absolutely crushed it. Like, it was, I don't know. I mean, I am a lay person when watching the surfing, but he clearly was so good.
Oh, he was a standout winner for you.
For me.
Even you, who doesn't know surfing.
As a lay person.
For love nor money, could not do it to save your life. You could see that's the winner.
I can't surf like a 1 foot wave.
It's just brilliant. So while this was happening at the same time, or associated with that swell, so the swell that hit Hawaii also then was heading to California.
But like, this is so cool.
I know, it's so nature-based,
yes.
isn't it? So around the same time, Mavericks, which is a huge break off the Californian coast, was pumping.
I feel like that's one that gets surfed for the tour, doesn't it?
Don't think Mavericks does.
Not Mavericks, okay.
No,
the
OCs
they
do.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah.
Not Mavericks that I'm aware of. It's definitely a big wave area.
Okay.
And they had massive swell around the same time or a couple of days later. And they now think that Alessandro Slabia, who's from that Santa Cruz area, it's yet to be confirmed, but they think he might have surfed the biggest wave of all time.
At the same time?
I think it was like days later.
But I love it how they're like, we're still working it out.
Yeah. So this was in December of 2024. So we still don't have confirmation from the World Guinness Book of Records as to whether or not this is the biggest wave ever surfed.
That's so cool.
They think it was 32.9 meters tall. I mean, you can't even.
I can't even fathom that.
I'm just looking up thinking, how high is that? Stupid high.
Yeah.
Outrageously high.
Wow.
And again, these competitions can only happen because they have elite ex-surfers and jet ski riders around them who are supporting them to ride these waves.
And that's what's so cool with sports that are more, I mean, it's kind of terrifying because, climate change and waves are getting bigger for scary reasons.
I don't know.
I'm going with climate change.
Okay. I don't know if that's grounded in science.
I mean, we don't need science.
Oh my God.
But
finish your thought.
What I find so cool about sports like that are nature-based and reliant on what's going on, as opposed to something like swimming, which is so structured and so clinical, and like so controlled, is that like the scope for improvement is so much more vast. So it's not just the athlete that's getting better, but it's the support team around them. It's the equipment that they're using to make sure that their lives are saved if in case things go wrong.
Well, and that's something Tyler Wright, when we spoke to her before the Olympics, was saying, like, nobody in Australian surfing had ever spoken to the surfers about their paddling technique. No one had actually ever coached them around what a good paddling technique looked like. And I think they worked with someone, who the person is. They worked with someone who was from Swimming Australia or had been part of Swimming Australia, and they got them in to coach the surfers on how to paddle efficiently.
So cool.
Like, imagine that never having happened in a sport.
Yeah, something so basic.
Yeah, so surfing's only just sort of starting to put in place those more technical aspects because I guess it was something that was so freeform that it wouldn't have necessarily made sense to talk.
And they were so focused on what was happening on the wave, not getting onto the wave.
Yeah, I guess they're now looking at what they can control as opposed to understanding the conditions. The conditions are so important to understand, but they have got organised enough about that now to then focus on the technical side of the surfers.
It's so fun.
It's just the coolest sport.
Yeah. Everyone should go and watch it.
Which we can't actually do.
We're still learning. Yet, Georgie.
Yet, we can't do yet.
Correct.
Growth mindset. Libby, well, you were there in spirit. I was there
in reality.
In real life.
IRL, you might say.
We attended the Australian Sports Commission Media Awards on Wednesday night. We were thrilled to be finalist in 2 categories.
We didn't win.
We didn't win, but we also were not surprised that we didn't win.
Also, we were thrilled.
We were just thrilled
we were just
to be on the
there.
team.
Well, I was there in spirit. Yeah,
you were there in spirit. For Best Podcast and Rising Stars, Best Podcast went to The Final Word, which you'll be delighted to hear as a cricket podcast.
I'm so pumped.
These guys were hilarious. They spoke beautifully. They've been doing this since 2015. this is the only award they ever nominate for.
That's
and they're
awesome.
huge, like absolutely massive. And so it was great to see them win. And then the rising star appropriately was Ellie Cole.
Yeah, I mean, she's magnificent.
Who we've just been watching go from strength to strength. She was part of the pool deck commentary.
Yes, in Paris,
but also for the trials, which we thought was just one of the best things we watched in 2024 for the swimming.
And honestly, she really has just gone from strength to strength. You see her on things like the Today Show.
Yeah.
You see her on all of these different programs and really feels like she's found her space.
Yeah, which is brilliant.
Awesome.
A pleasure to be in the room with those sort of people.
And she's joyful, so.
Oh, just a ray of sunshine.
Yeah.
Who also, though, holds a lot of people to account, which I think is incredible.
No, I know. She's so cool. She's so kick-ass.
Just unashamedly, like, you know, it's really...
Much like Chloe Dalton, who also was nominated for Best Podcast.
And equally would have been deserving of either category.
Yeah, exactly.
I really want to share the story with you that came from Delly Carr, who is the winner of the Best Sports Photography. And
I know Delly. Delly was he's the photographer for the Australian swimming team forever.
So he got up there and in his speech he said, you know, I'd been out at the pool for 10 days and I'd been, you know, inhaling chlorine for that amount of time. And it was all Ariane and Molly and, you know, all Emma, like all the big hits. And that had been his focus. But he's also been following Jess Fox and Naomi Fox for 15 years. He's been part of the paddling photography for that period of time.
Wow.
And so by the time
I had no idea. That's cool.
By the time he got out to the paddling, he was like, thank God.
Fresh air,
sunshine. And he was watching this race unfold and realised he wasn't going to be able to make it to the finish line in time. Delly, I think, is slightly older and he just said he could not get his legs moving fast enough to make it to the finish line as Naomi crossed, and he was like, oh, my God,
I've missed it.
So he then went over to the area to the side where they eventually come in and he took these photographs. And if you think back to the coverage from the Olympics, it's the photo where Jess Fox is holding Naomi's face in her hands and just like the elation on Jess Fox's face and the smile on Naomi's face. And you can see another hand in the background, which I think was Miriam, their mum. So he's taken these photos and he's just gone, oh, my God, I think I've just taken some fabulous photos. And
I just got goosebumps. Imagine being in that moment and going, I think I've got something here.
I think I missed something. I think I missed it.
Yeah.
And now I've actually
got the shot.
Nailed it. So he catches his train back to his Airbnb that he shares with a number of photographers. And they have a thing that every day they lay out their best photos of the day.
Oh, that's adorable.
I know, right? And they all work out who took the best photograph. And Delly walked into the Airbnb and he was like, put your photos away.
I've got it.
I'm not cooking the spaghetti bolognese tonight, guys. You guys are cooking because I have the best photos. And he did. And they went around the world, and appropriately he was the winner of the Best Photograph Award on Wednesday night from the Australian Sports Commission.
Oh, well done, Delly. Like, it's so, I don't know, to see and hear of stories around people who are in their flow.
Yeah.
And, you know, in their creative spirit, and they just like capture something. It's so cool.
And also the fact that he's been doing this for 15 years, if not longer.
Yeah.
This is his profession.
He was photographing me back in the day. I mean, he must be a billion years old.
Decades ago.
No offense to Delly.
So well done, Delly. It's so fabulous to celebrate the people in sport, but also the people who help us see sport.
And congratulations to all of the nominees and winners.
Speaking of the awards, Libby.
Yes.
I got to get a look at what the documentaries were who were nominated as best sporting documentaries.
Yes, and we need to list them all out so we can know what to watch.
Well, I actually think I'm going to drip feed them to the sporties.
Oh, okay.
I think we need to watch them and then talk about them, which is where I'm going today.
Great.
So I met a few of them. They are fabulous, and I will be talking about their documentaries in the next couple of weeks. But the first one I thought we should talk about is the winner, and that was from Mark Fennell and the SBS team who did the documentary Came From Nowhere, which is all about the Western Sydney Wanderers, which is a soccer team.
Yes.
I'd seen it on SBS and thought, yeah, I don't know much about soccer. From some of the imagery, I thought it was going to be about the conflict that came with soccer fans in the A-League because we know that there's been a lot of
there's been so much stuff happening behind
and I
the
sort of
scenes.
saw some of the imagery and thought it was going to be a deep dive into the behaviour of the fan bases of the different clubs. And for whatever reason, I just put it out of my mind. What an idiot. So put it on over the weekend. It is one of the best sports documentaries I have ever watched.
That's so interesting.
And I think I loved it so much because it really wasn't about soccer at all.
They're the ones that we love the most.
So soccer is merely the vehicle for these stories. So in 2012, the A-League, for some reason that involves Clive Palmer, it's still unclear to me how he was involved, but classic, it did somehow involve him. In 2012, the A-League was short a team. And so they had like 186 days to get another team in. And they said to Western Sydney, do you want a team? And Western Sydney is like a soccer heartland. You think about the demography of that area and the different groups that exist there. Soccer is everything. They don't call it soccer. They call it football. And it is everything to those communities, and they've never had a team. So quite cleverly, whoever it was that was setting this team up went out and did good old community consultation, and they did it rapidly, and they took a whole lot of feedback on board, and based on that they created the Western Sydney Wanderers, and it was red and black, and really quickly they realised that they'd stumbled upon something magical. They had 6 marquee players to sign who weren't really considered marquee. They were kind of like leftovers from other teams. And they had a coach who had been an Australian Socceroo but had never really coached before. And somehow absolute magic happened in that first season. It reminded me a little bit of Wrexham, but more authentic for me than Wrexham. So you definitely got to hear from the community members who were a part of it from the beginning and what it meant to them. But from their first game at a field in St Mary's that had nothing going on for it whatsoever, they had 4,500 people turn up.
4.5 people.
4.5 people. No, they had 4,500 people turn up.
Wow.
For a friendly before the competition had even started. And from there, it just escalated. Like these guys went to the Asian Cup the first year that they were established.
It's incredible.
And SBS did such a brilliant job at weaving together the stories and the perspectives as this happened.
Yeah.
And the soccer was just secondary, really, in it all. But what it told me and reminded me of, and it does talk about this in the documentary, is that perception you have of what soccer fandom looks like.
Yeah.
And how we're so quick to judge it. And how easily at the time the media put a spin on it that made you think it was dangerous and fearful. And what this does fabulously is explain that really there was nothing sinister in any of it and nothing criminal in any of it. It was just the perception that was being cast at the time. It's such a good watch. It's an hour and a half on SBS, so it's free.
We love that.
SBS eventually, like as you go on, chuck a few ads at the back end, but it's just brilliant. It won for a reason.
Yeah.
It was just incredible.
The cool thing, because I'm obsessed with Mark Fennell.
Same.
He's so,
I've been meaning to message you and say, hey, do you love him?
I love
like
him.
Stuff the British Stole.
I was just going to say.
So good.
So he's known for this now, a sports documentary, but he's like very well known. He's a great documentary maker. Stuff the British Stole. He did a great one about Hillsong.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
is
is
go down this wormhole
now. Super interesting. But he puts together brilliant documentaries.
He's such a good storyteller.
He's a brilliant story and a great interviewer.
Yeah.
He's just, I absolutely adore everything he creates. So,
and I think what's brilliant is that he is part of the Wanderers fan base. So he's coming to it with that lens of how did this happen? And you can hear him laughing as part of the interviews along the way, just at the ridiculousness of some of it. It's an incredible perspective from a person who's really informed about the sport.
Well, that sounds like a much better watch than what I started to watch over the weekend, which was Court of Gold.
Okay, so I saw this come up on my Netflix and I did look at it and go, Libby can tell me whether I should watch it or not.
I'm a big NBA fan at the moment.
I know, so I was like, your basket, your thing.
Correct. And I would say don't.
Really?
Don't bother.
Really? Why? Okay, what's it all about?
So it is because I became really obsessed with starting five. I got right down deep on the LeBron James fan base. Court of Gold was the USA dream team in the lead up to Paris.
Right. It's so interesting. Like, it's not like the dream team are a team that's struggling. Like, what's this? What could be the story there? What are we overcoming?
So
greatness?
Well, they lost in 2004.
Yeah. But what was that, 20 years ago?
20 years ago.
Wow, that must have been so hard for them. They lost, they just didn't win the gold medal?
They got bronze. So they
the rags to riches story.
They literally won 7 of the last 8 gold medals at the Olympic Games.
Wow.
But they lost in 2004. Anyway.
Thoughts and prayers.
I know, it's so hard for them. They're going on and on about how the best players in the game are not from America anymore, which is accurate, but also they need more than like one player. Each country needs more than one player to be great, right?
They understand the structure of a team.
I don't know if they do, honestly. Anyway, it was the nugget of the idea of what the story could be wasn't strong to begin with. And I probably got like 15 minutes in.
Oh, that's not long at all.
And the thing that absolutely I just went, okay, I'm done, and went to watch White Lotus, was Steve Kerr, the coach of the American team, said, oh, we were trying to wrangle people to get them together to come to Paris. I'm like, why are you wrangling?
What do you mean to come to Paris?
Shouldn't it be like just
you've been selected?
Selected? Like, and it seemed like LeBron James was doing a lot of selecting. He was like texting people, which I'm like, cool. Also,
wow,
why do you have to convince people
to come and represent your country?
Anyway.
How do you feel about this Olympian, Libby?
Oh, well, I think LeBron is right into it, right? So he wants to win the gold medal.
This is good, because otherwise I don't know how you would have dealt with that sort of conflict.
I only have so much cognitive dissonance in me, and I couldn't apply it to that, unfortunately. So he seems to be texting people. Then Steve Kerr was like, oh, yeah, we're getting the team together and, saying to everyone what it would be great to be a part of the Olympics. And the good thing is that even if the athletes didn't want to go, which I'm like,
what?
F you, who doesn't want to go to the Olympics? He said, being Paris, all of the wives and girlfriends want to go, so they tend to convince the players that they should go.
Oh.
And I was like, wow,
what?
That seems misogynistic. Also, piss off. I was like livid. And then I went, I think it's time to change. I turned off the TV and, I put on White Lotus.
It seems bizarre to me that the only way that you have a basketball team from America to play is because someone sends text messages and you have to lure them with
their wives and girlfriends.
Oh, my God.
Isn't it terrible? And
do you actually think that's how it works, or do you think that's just what the documentary painted it as?
So I'm trying to give him grace.
Please let it be the second.
And I'm like, maybe he's just joking. Like, maybe it is a joke. And he's like, ha, ha, ha. But I'm like, even the joke is not okay.
But Steve Kerr did play for the Chicago Bulls between 93 and 98.
But you think about it, and like the Americans in the NBA think that they're world champions when they win the NBA.
Yeah. Is it in baseball that they refer to it as the World Series? Like, I just think the arrogance of that is
but like
wild.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, I can't remember Noah Lyles, the runner who won the 100 meters sprint in Paris.
Yeah.
He made fun of the NBA because he's always like, world champions? World champions of what? The United States?
He did too.
Yeah. That was like my favorite all-time quote, because I'm like, yes, Noah, like, come on.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. And so I don't think that the Olympics
are big enough for the NBA.
Are big enough for a lot of players. But having said that, they had Steph Curry, who was playing his very first Olympics. They had Kevin Durant, who was going for his 4th gold medal at the Olympics, and LeBron James, who was obviously a huge ambassador for the sport.
Well, he was a flag bearer.
Yes, he was. Yeah, exactly. Alongside
Simone Biles.
Simone Biles, thank you. I was like, gymnast, what's her name?
The way this information stores in my head is infuriating.
I'm grateful for you, because
there's things that actually matter that I can't remember, but
nothing is stored in my head at the moment, so thank you.
Oh, but anyway, just makes me rage.
I would recommend that people go and watch Mark Fennell.
Oh.
Also, he's very cute, and he deserves to be watched because he's very talented.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode.
I love that. That's what we're
and wrapping it up.
Go watch, what is it called?
Came From Nowhere. And
Came
it's on
From Nowhere.
SBS, and it's just a brilliant hour and a half. And teens could absolutely watch it. Probably not primary schools because there's a few choice bits of language that's dropped. But
depends on what your family is set up is.
whatever your family vibe is, you do you. But it's fabulous. It's just, it's what sport should be all about.
Thank you, because I've been waiting for something to watch before Drive to Survive.
Well, yes, and I think this has made
Comes
me,
out.
we all need to get off Netflix a little bit.
I totally agree. I'm into it. I'll report back.
Good. Can I wrap it up now?
You can wrap it up now. I didn't want to wrap up on me being like a creeper.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Sportish. We would really love it if you could join up for our competition and also just take your friend's iPhone and find that little podcast icon and hit subscribe to Sportish and let them know that we're there.
Yeah.
That just helps other people find it. Apparently not everyone knows where to get a podcast from.
Unbelievable.
That blows my mind.
Yeah.
But help your friends.
Yeah.
Help them.
Help them help you, help them find us.
Oh, we need to wrap you up. You need to,
I'm all over the shop today.
You need to leave the studio. I'll see you next week.
Bye.